I'm still trying to dig up the quote. I know it was President Obama, and I know it was at least a few months ago, and I'm pretty sure I can picture him at a lectern in the Rose Garden when he said it. The president was explaining the deal he and Congress had reached on some piece of legislation, and I still can't find the exact words, but it went something like this. Yes, he'd wanted this or that provision in the final bill he'd just agreed to, but the Republicans had made clear that they wouldn't yield on that point, so he'd back down instead. And somewhere in Washington, Mitch McConnell must have been grinning like a Cheshire. Talk about handing over the secret formula. Then there's the quote I can dig up, the one from Bill Clinton that explains so much. And no, it's not, government shutdowns make me hungry. Can you send over an intern with a pizza? It's this one. When people feel uncertain, they'd rather have somebody who's strong and wrong than somebody who's weak and right. See, being the grown-up in the room will only get you so far. Sometimes you need to be the grown-up with the hammer. And what if we started calling them the Clinton surplus tax cuts? Then could we get rid of them? As long as they're the Bush-era tax cuts, they're holy things and untouchable. But call them the Clinton surplus tax cuts, and suddenly you're giving credit where the Republicans hate to give credit. You're also describing the conditions that made those tax cuts possible, conditions which vanished years ago. The Clinton surplus is gone, so haven't those tax cuts hit their pull date too? Thought for the day. If putting your political philosophy into practice always makes you the big winner, maybe it's not really a philosophy at all. Maybe it's simply an excuse. Or maybe it's just greed and callousness dressed up as principle. Remember that day or two during the debt ceiling debate when the politicians carrying water for the Tea Party fanatics actually seemed uncomfortable supporting tax breaks for oil companies and hedge fund managers and corporate jet owners at the same time they were demanding devastating cuts in programs for people far less fortunate? They got over it.